Yo, what's up? This is KLY, Keep Love Young, and we out here to stir
Yo,
up.
I go by the name of Priddy Ugly, MsCosmo, The Stir Up, Ambitiouz Takeover. You already know, Skr.
Live loud 5 FM.
To the power of
5.
It's MsCosmo.
Nah, I'm not feeling you dogs at all. Undertaker, choker, grab your neck and I'll drop you all. Michael Jordan with the ball in the net, I dunk you all.
I'ma pull up on you, baby. I'ma pull up on you, baby.
My name is MsCosmo, hanging out with you for the next 3 hours right here on 5FM. Welcome to the home of hip hop. I do have a jam-packed show lined up for you for tonight. I do have 2 studio guests coming through for today, and we're going to be chatting about their career thus far and the plans that they have going forward from today. So it's going to be quite exciting. What I'm excited about with this specific interview is that, you know, I'm trying to kind of reach out to like guys who are kind of breaking and creating a bit of a buzz on the streets right about now. So in studio with me, I do have Priddy Ugly, and I do have KLY in studio with me as well.
What's good, Cosmo? Let's go.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much.
So exciting to have you both in studio. Geez, I think it's probably been a long time coming for you.
Yeah.
It's just been timing and all the rest of it. You know how
Definitely,
life
yeah.
kind of happens.
Yeah.
But I do feel that sometimes things happen for a reason. So maybe
All
it
the
did take a
time.
while
All the time.
for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's Priddy Ugly on the one mic on this side, and I've got KLY on this side as well.
How are you? How are you?
Both recently signed to Ambitiouz.
Yeah.
Yup.
All right, so I'm gonna kick it off with you, KLY.
Gang.
You signed before Priddy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. So I actually thought you were gonna sign with Maphorisa. So what exactly happened for you to actually then switch on over and join the camp?
Yeah, I mean, with my producer, and like, you know, my producer's the big homie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was guiding me because, like, I didn't really have many, like, industry friends like that. So he was like one of the people that was like, yo, dude, you know, this is how you move in the game. And in terms of like the signing thing, it was more from a songwriter's perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's that's how everything worked out with my producer and stuff. So in terms of signing as an artist,
Yes.
then, you know, Ambitiouz came along. Actually, I met Ambitiouz people through my producer.
Oh, dope.
So yeah, that's how
So
that
at least
worked.
he wasn't blocking. He was still just like, you know, gotta look out for the homie here.
Yeah, man, he wants me to shine, man. You know, he wants me to do it
Yes.
right. So
That's dope, man. That's really nice, especially to have somebody as huge as Maphorisa to actually be on your side of things. You know what I mean? Always
Yeah.
pushing, always trying to make sure that your music is out there. And your specific sound is a little bit different to what we're actually hearing in the hip hop streets. It's exciting for me purely because we don't really have artists doing trap soul the way that you are doing it. So
Yeah.
was it intentional for you to kind of get into that sound, or were you never gonna get into like raps?
nah, I'm not gonna get into raps like
At
that.
all.
Nah.
So if I give you a beat, you can't give me a freestyle.
No,
This
I'm
guy's just
I'm a
like-
songwriter. I'm not a rapper. I'm a songwriter. I'm not a rapper. You know.
Yeah.
So I've always liked the Toronto type sound.
Yes.
So I've always wanted to integrate it with my type of sound, just create something really dope. And the type of music that I'm making now,
Yes.
I'm loving it.
That's so awesome, man. Okay, so talk me through your journey now. I remember the first time I kind of came into contact with some of your music was back when I was still doing basement video mixes. There was this song that I kept playing all the time.
Swag
the video.
demonstration, cocaine.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm out of this world, swag in a spaceship, Brock Louis, laughing at you in your face.
It was swag demonstration.
remember that on
All I
Basement.
kept on playing. I was like,
Jeez,
yo,
I
this song was
remember
really
that.
dope. Who's this person? I was like, it doesn't matter. I'll just put him on anyway.
That was
and I'll keep it.
2012.
That's how long ago it was. That was the
Jeez.
first time I kind of heard some of your
Yeah.
music. And ever since, you've always kind of been on like your independent vibe.
Yeah.
So why the sign on to Ambitiouz?
I mean, for me, it was just like really like stepping out of my comfort zone. And I've been doing like the same thing as an independent for like 3 years and
Yes.
almost receiving like the same type of like results. You know what I mean? And 2017 was just like the year where I was like, you know, I really want to expand. I want my brand to expand. I want my
Yes.
team to start eating right. You know, it's not cool like when like one guy is eating in the team or whatever the
Yes.
case is. Like I want everyone to eat, and it's like until there are proper structures in place, I can't do that.
You know, it is a little bit difficult to kind of be an independent, especially in this industry that we're in. I don't think people actually realize how tough it is.
Yeah.
So obviously signing to a label kind of assists you in certain ways, but obviously the contract has to be right as well. So you need to
Definitely,
make sure
yeah.
that you guys are actually protected and you guys are sorted out on that
True.
in that manner as well. But I'm really enjoying the music. I'm really liking the sound that you guys are bringing through. And with regards to like albums and EPs and mixtapes and stuff, what can we kind of like look forward to? Because I'm really like keen to hear.
I got an album coming out. It's called Egypt.
Oh, nice.
Egypt stands for everything godly, yearns patience and time. You know,
Ah.
that's just, it's everything
everything is in God's timing, and you can expect that at the end of this year.
Cool. And you, Fukla?
I'm also working on my album. It's mostly produced by Wichi 1080 Gang Gang.
Yes.
DJ Mapurisa, Taiwan the Thai.
Yes.
I still want to get a couple of more songs running. I'm not sure when I'm going to drop it. Maybe like end of the year.
Yes.
I don't have a title yet either, but it's definitely going to be fire. And some dope features that you didn't expect.
As long as the work is in progress, that's actually what we want to know, because as long as the music is being created, at some point people will wait for it.
Definitely.
If it's good enough, people will wait for it. I've got a really weird comment coming through on WhatsApp. Someone saying where the name comes from, because that one is a little bit like what's going on there.
The name comes from like school. I really got the name like when I was 15. And we're like, I went to high school with Big Star Johnson, Frank
dope.
Casino, and we're all like homies.
School of hip hop. What's going on?
Yeah, it was that, and that's really what it was. It was like a
Nice.
school of hip hop, and we were like rapping every day, every after school, every break, and everything that was referred to that we called dope now we called ugly in the East. So if you're a dope, like yo, that jacket Cosmo is ugly. You know what I mean?
That's so weird.
Yeah, so it's like, and that's what it
Who
came
says
about.
that?
And I was just like ugly for a long time, and then
Okay.
eventually I was like, Esh man, how do I like feng shui it up, twist it, and Priddy Ugly came about. I wish I had a better story, but
All right, so I have a question here from Elf 016. Hey, okay. Hey, I see a lot of strange names on the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to ask Kly and Priddy Ugly what made them feel comfortable with signing with Ambitiouz, especially with the controversy that was surrounding the record label last year.
Are you going to go first or?
yeah, you can go first.
Okay. With me, it's like I knew what I wanted to do, right? And I spoke to the big man himself straight. So we discussed the plan and how we were going to move together and what we are going to do. You know, so everything else that was happening around, you know, I saw it, I heard about it, but I wasn't really concerned about that because I've seen what Ambitiouz can do and I trust in Ambitiouz. So I was like, okay, cool. As far as what we've discussed, you know,
For me, like it's like everything is dependent on like the deal that you like end up settling for. You know what I mean? So whatever anyone else had before that is honestly none of my business, and I don't know anything on it, but I know what I want for myself. And I made it very clear to the label, and they understood and they supported, and yeah. And that's the only reason why I did it, because it made sense.
You knew what it was going to do for you. At the end of the day, I guess everybody's situation is a little bit different to the next person. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think obviously allowing bad vibes to kind of influence whatever you're trying to push out doesn't really build anything at the end of the day. As long as you can kind of take it forward and obviously make it positive on your end. I do have more questions coming through. Okay, cool. I've got a question here. All right. I like Priddy Ugly stuff. Can you ask him how did he come up with the collaboration with Frank Casino, the song called Sauce?
Sheesh.
That's from Sandile on the WhatsApp.
You know, I've actually never been real about like, you know, the Sauce song. But Sauce, we did it last year. Frank hit me up about it, and to be honest, I didn't like the song.
Really?
Yeah, like and
why do people do that? Why do you allow people to put out a song if you don't like it? Because you need to support it.
Like when he first sent me the song, I didn't understand the vision of the song, right? And when in his room, he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, dog, this is what I'm trying to do," and you know, he bumped me the whole thing and everything. And I was like, yeah, this song. I'm like, all right, cool. Can I come do my verse another time? Because I'm struggling. Like I said, I think for an hour trying to write a verse for the song. And like, I think because I really wasn't passionate about it at the time, it was like tricky. And then 3 days later, you know, I wrote and I sat down to it and I wrote a verse. I wrote a verse to a different beat. I don't know. I was actually struggling to write to that beat for whatever reason.
Okay.
I wrote a verse to a different beat and I was like, yo, this verse I think can work on the Sauce joint.
Nice.
And we did it. And it's cool. He dropped it, and you know, people liked it, and I was like, and it grew on me as well. I was like, yeah, it's a cool song.
That's dope.
And only now is like really, really popping, you know. So shout out to Frank.
All right. So you're obviously like a trap soul artist. You're trying to do all this brand new music. You're making love songs, but you got a bit of an issue with love. What's going on? Tell us what happened. Who broke your heart? There's always that one girl. You know, you're in high school, and there's always that girl that you give your all to, and then she goes for the guy who's got like nicer shoes. Did that happen to you?
I mean, not the nicest shoes kind of thing. But you know, I mean, life.
You need to up your sneaker game or what? I don't know. What's going
if
on?
you see my sneaker game right now, okay. Hey,
I'm joking.
Nah, man. I mean, you know, ups and downs, bro. Ups and downs in high school. I was a nice guy. You know, in high school, no girl likes nice guys. So it was one of those, and then
so
just
you finished last.
I didn't even finish, but right now I'm winning. Oh, Oh my God. So yeah, man. So I just took like those experiences, those emotions, and just finessed them into the music.
All right, cool. So I did have somebody who asked for Priddy to drop a 16. Yeah. Clyde, can you drop a 16 or what? Yeah. Or are you sitting there just gonna look pretty?
I'm just gonna look pretty. I'm gonna hype him up. Let's get it.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's get it. I go by the name of Priddy Ugly in case you don't know. You see, I mic what I like, hence I like what I write. It's my right to write, I'm damn right when I write. I fight for what's right, I don't fight when I write. It's my right to fight, not that it's right when I fight. So what's left to right? If I go left, then my right. If I left to right, then what is left of my rights? I don't fight for hype. I hype up my fight, I let the mic create hype. I don't hype up the mic. Just know that you're weak when you first fight your wife, and it's awfully sweet when you decipher life.
Yes.
It's normally bleak, homie, despite the lights. I brought the right watch, so check what my wrist like on ice.
Yes.
I'm making moves that make the orbit stop. Some corporate guap. Now the family order stocks. You call the cops, I call the shots. Or the shoes from a foreign spot. I saw your boots at the corner spot. The what a awkward flop. Priddy Ugly flows gorgeous off Balenciagas, so the walk is hot. If it's money talk, we gon' talk a lot. My life problems unorthodox. To buy a Porsche not. I'm Prince Charming, here the horses trot. The sauce I got. You like the sauce, forgot, endorsements flop. Rappers let the coroner plot, I'm fresh to death, but I'ma let the corpses rot.
Yes.
I eat rappers with a fork and Glock. I'm not a shooter, I got homies that you'll probably get to force a shot. Distortion pops, extortion pops. Find me on imported yachts, giving orcas props.
Yes!
Did y'all hear my ad-libs?
Oh, whatever.
Did y'all hear my ad-libs?
Whatever. They were lurking somewhere in the back. We weren't quite sure, but we'll find them. We'll find them somewhere somehow. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming through onto the Stir Up, hanging out with me, having some fun, chatting, talking about your music.
Yo, what's good, man? The interview was mad dope. You know, we got like some real in-depth questions there. People got to find out some shit they didn't know before.
They asked me why I was heartbroken, and I let them know. You know what I'm saying? Keep love y'all one time. Priddy Ugly, Ambitiouz gang, we out here. You see us.
Live loud 5 FM.
To the power of
5.
It's MsCosmo.